we three meet again. Thunder, lightning, or rain.
When the hurly-burly's done.
When the battle's lost and won.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There, to meet Macbeth.
Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and fill the air.
What bloody man is that? He can report as seemeth by his plight of the revolt to the new estate.
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hearty soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood. The merciless MacDonald of the Western Isles of kerns and gallowglasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned coral smiling showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak, for brave Macbeth, well she deserves that name, disdaining fortune with her brandished steel carved out her passage, which never shook hands nor bade farewell to her, till she unseamed him from the nave to the chops and fixed his head upon all basil.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
As whence the sun begins his reflection, shipwracking storms and dire thunders break, so from that springland's comfort seemed to come discomfort swelled. Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner justice had with valor armed compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
And dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare the lion, if I say sooth. I must report they were as cannons overcharged with tomcrats. So, they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds of memorizing them. God, I cannot tell. But I am faint. My gashes cry for help.
Yes, so well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go! Get him surgeons! Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
And whence camest thou, worthy thing?
From Fife, great king. Norway himself, in terrible numbers, assisted by the most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till the Bellajonas bridegroom lacked in truth, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness.
That now, Sweno, Norway's king, craves composition. Nor would we deign to bury his men till he dispersed from St. Combs Inch $10,000 to our general use.
Well, no more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
When he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched, and munched, and munched. Give me, quoth I, a right which the rump-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. But in a sin bound thither sand like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou art kind, I another. I myself have all the other, and the very ports they blow. All the quarters that they know. In the shipman's card, I will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall of a man forbid. Wearisome nights, 9 times 9, shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb. Reckon as a homeward he did come.
A drum, a drum.
with grace and great prediction that she seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. You can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not. Speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail!
Hail! Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none.
So all hail Macbeth and Banquo! Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. I know that I am Thane of Blanc and Hal of Cawdor. The Thane of Cawdor lives a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief. Speak, I charge you. Whither are they vanished? Into the air. That which seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Are such things here that we do speak of?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king!
The Thane of Cawdor too, was it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received Macbeth the news of thy success. Everyone did bear thy praises of the kingdom's great defense and pour them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And, for an earnest of great honor, he bade me, from him, call thee Thane of Cawdor, which, in addition, hail most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
But can the devil speak true? The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Clubs and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That to trust in home might yet endow you unto the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betray us in deepest consequence.
Two truths are told. This happy prologue to the swelling act of the imperial theme. The supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock in my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings.
Look, how our partners wrapped.
If chance may have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New horrors come upon her.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your pleasure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us to the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other. Very gladly. So then enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one who saw him die. Nothing in his life became of him like believing it. He died as one who had been studying in his death. To throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
There is no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Worthiest cousin, even now, the sin of my ingratitude was heavy on me. Thou art so far before, and that swiftest wing of recompense was slow to overtake thee. Only I have left to say, more is thy due, than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your place is but to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe towards your love and honor.
Welcome hither. And I have begun to plan thee, and will labor to make thee full of ruin. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor will be known no less to have done so. Oh, let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest be your own.
Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know that we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Princess of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest her, but only signs of nobleness, like stars shall shine on all deservers.
From hence to Inverness, to bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. And so humbly take my leave.
My worthy Carlo.
The Princess of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down or else early, for in my way it lies. Stars hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hands, you let that be, which the eye fears me is done to see.
True worthy Banquo, she is full so valiant, and in her commendations I am fed. It is banquet to me. Let's after her, whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, to which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming of the time when Hail King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou might not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say. Is not thy master with him?
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming.
Give her attention. She brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dullest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold! Great gods, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant. My love, Duncan comes here tonight. And when goes hence? Tomorrow is purposes. Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your hand your
fight the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. We will speak further. Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
Well, this castle hath a pleasant seat. Ah, see, our honored hostess.
The love that follows us, sometime it is our trouble, which still we thank is love. Herein I shall teach you to bid God ill us for your pains, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service, in every point twice done, then done double. We're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Where is the Thane of Commodore? We coursed her at the heels and had a purpose to be her purveyor. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight. By your leave, hostess.
It were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could tremble up the consequence and catch with his surceased success, that with this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here. He's here in double trust. First as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath worn his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to put the sides of my intent, only vaulting the ambition which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news? He hath almost supped. Why have you left the chamber? Hath he asked for me? No, you not he has. We will go no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have got golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be more now in their newest lot, not cast aside so soon. Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem? That I dare not point upon I would, like the poor cat in the attic. Prithee, peace, I dare do all that may become a man, who dares do more is none. What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were the man. To be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place to then adhere, and yet you would have made both. They have made themselves, and of their fitness now does unmake you? I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, and I so sworn as you have done to this. If we should fail, we fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rat of his day's hard journey soundly invited, his two chamberlains will I, with wine and wassail, so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great blood? Let not be received, and we have marked with blood those sleeping two of his own chamber, and use their very daggers that they have done it. Who dares receive another? So we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death. I've settled you, and bend each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Mark the fair, but false face must hide with false heart doth know. So prithee, come with me.
down. I have not hit the clock. And she goes down at 12? I take. 'Tis later, sir. Well, take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. The candles are out. Take me back too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature give way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's here? A friend. What, sir? Not get abreast? The king's abed. You have been an unusual pleasure to send forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free of rot.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 Beer sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some conference on that matter.
Do you got breath time? At your kindest leisure.
If thou shalt conceive to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. Delight to you.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? Handle towards my head. Come, let me clutch thee. Art thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressive brain? I see thee yet, and form as palpable as this which now I draw. Oh, my eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else from all the rest. I see thee yet, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. Now where the one half-world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Whilst I, the wretch, he lives, words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, it is done. Bell fights. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell. What hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. Peace, the owl that shrieked. The fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. She is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets. The death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die. Why, how now? Who's there? Alack! I'm afraid that they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Have you not resembled my father as he slept? I have done it! I have done the deed. Dost thou not hear a noise? I heard the owl scream, the crickets cry. Did not you speak? What? Now? As I descended? Aye. These deeds must not be thought after the ways, else it will make us mad. Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more, Macbeth does murder sleep. What do you mean? I heard a voice cry to all the house, Macbeth does murder sleep. Connor does murder sleep, and therefore Clovis shall sleep no more, Macbeth shall sleep no more. Who was it that thus cried? Why were they fain? Did you unrend your noble strength to think so brain sickly on things? Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go! And smear the sleepy grooms with blood. I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think of what I have done. She will not again. I dare not. Be firm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If you do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms with hall, for it must seem their guilt. What's that knocking? How is with me when every noise falls me? My hands are here. Oh, did you pluck out mine eyes? Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand?
color, but shame to wear a heart so white. I hear knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Hark, more knocking. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake, don't give me thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, good sir, we were carousing till the second cock. A drink, good sir, is a great provoker of three things.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir.
Is thy master stirring? Ah, here she comes. It seems our knocking has awakened her.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Tell me, worthy Thane, is the king stirring?
Not yet.
Oh, you did command me to call timely on him. I have almost passed the hour.
I will bring you to him. Here's the door.
I will make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did. Point stuff.
The night's been unruly, as they say. Lamentings are in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesizing with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
It was a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror, horror, tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the
What's the
matter?
matter?
Most treacherous murder hath broke o'er the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What did you say, the life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new organ. See, then speak for yourselves. Ring the alarm bell. Murder, treason, awake! Shake off this down